lovely to attend this workshop.
Okay, fine. So I'll be sharing my screen and we'll have a little discussion. Okay, so mainly we'll be have a discussion on. Okay, just let me know whether you can see the screen. Okay, some immunology and immunological techniques we will be discussing. So, as the name suggests, immunology deals with the system, that is immune system. It's mainly for vertebrate animals, and in invertebrate animals it is not seen. Okay. So this system is only available for vertebrate animals. So we'll be essentially discussing about immune system, which is present only in vertebrate animals like human beings. Okay, like human beings. So in human beings, it all starts with, basically it's the system uh, which is very much related to this thing which is called hematopoietic system. So let us see this. Poietic system. Okay, so this the whole thing begins with a kind of specific cell which is, let us say, as hematopoietic stem cell. Okay, hematopoietic stem cell, HSCs. Okay, so these HSCs are very interesting. They are kind of self-renewing systems. So what does it mean by that? That these are such systems which can renew themselves into any kind of what you call cell, and essentially they can what they can do is they can regenerate into any type of cell. Okay, eventually what they do is they break down into two major type of progenitor cells, which are known as so what happens is these hematopoietic stem cells will break down into two kinds of progenitor cells, which eventually initiates the whole this immune system. So what exactly happens is it breaks down into two kinds of cells. Okay, and these two kinds of cells are known as, one is called the myeloid precursor cells, myeloid precursors, and another is called lymphoid precursors. Lymphoid precursors. Okay, one more is there. That is the erythroid precursors. Okay. So erythroids are also there. Erythroids are also there. So from these myeloid precursor cells, they essentially break down into those cells which we all know as granulocytes. Granulocytes. Okay, and the lymphoid precursors will break down into agranulocytes. Okay, so these are the basic things that we already know. However, okay, these are granulocytes. So what exactly happens is, so these two kinds of cells are the major kinds of cells which will eventually form these cells which are responsible for the whole of the immune system. Okay, so granulocytes again are a couple of other kinds of cells. These are for the background, so that the context is ready. So these granulocytes, they'll be having different types as well, and these granulocytes will again have some different types, isn't it? Just so okay, so these granulocytes are those which are like eosinophils. Then there is again neutrophils. Then there is basophils. Yeah, and whereas the granulocytes, these are like lymphocytes and monocytes. Okay, and from these erythroids, basically they will be forming the this thing what we call is the RBCs. Okay, they will be forming the RBCs. Now one more thing is there which is called the megakaryocytes. They will broken down into platelets. Okay, so platelets will be from a class of cells which are broken down from a kind of cell which is known as megakaryocyte. Okay, so these eosinophils, neutrophils, and basophils, these are having different specific activities. Some examples could be like eosinophils are responsible for allergic responses. Okay, many a times, for example, when there are some kind of infestation of parasites, worms, and things like that. It could be a hemoparasites as well. So allergic response against parasites is essentially taken care by eosinophils. Then neutrophils and basophils are basically phagocytic cells. Okay, these are basically phagocytic cells. But one important thing of basophil is they also produce a chemical compound which is known as heparin. So this is also important. Heparin, the anticoagulant, is secreted from these basophils. Now these lymphocytes and monocytes are again can be converted into macrophages. So monocytes are like circulating macrophages or circulating phagocytic cells, and macrophages are tissue residual. They'll stay in the tissue and look after what we call as phagocytic activity, isn't it? Okay, so basically what is the main difference between monocytes and macrophages? That monocytes will be like circulating in the blood, they will be circulating, whereas the macrophages are essentially residual. Okay, but both of them are what we call is phagocytic in nature. Okay, so both of these are again phagocytic in nature. These are again phagocytes, these monocytes and